have discussed yesterday. Okay, we have to define accounts groups for each chart of accounts. Okay, so let us do the configuration today. My screen has got stuck. All right. So I hope you are able to see my screen, right? Yeah. So this is the accounts groups we have structured. Okay, for assets group, for liabilities, income and expenditure. Okay, so this is the GL codification which we have given. So that we will do the configuration in today's class. Okay, let's note down the path. SPRO, define accounts groups for chart of accounts. Let's take the entire configuration. Define accounts groups. Okay. Configuration is define accounts groups. Not on the path. Financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, define accounts groups. You can also refer the Excel. Define accounts groups. SPRO, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, define accounts groups. Hit on the clock button. Okay. Hit on the new entries. Okay. Hit on new entries. Just copy copy paste over here. That's what we maintain here. First primary accounts. Okay. Accounts groups for primary set of accounts. Accounts groups for primary chart of accounts. And penta. Okay. How do you know this is for primary chart of accounts? How do you identify these are the groups for primary chart of accounts?
So we have assigned the operational chart of accounts towards it.
That's correct. Okay. So here, these account groups maintained at chart of accounts level. We have defined 3 chart of accounts. A100 is for primary chart of accounts. These accounts groups maintained at primary chart of accounts by looking at the chart of accounts. Okay. Similarly, maintain for country specific chart of accounts. Account groups for country chart of accounts. Copy paste. Return save and go back and return the new entries. Okay. Go back and again return the new entries. And the new entries, just copy paste. And enter. You can also use the same number range also. Nothing. Nothing is wrong. Okay, but just to distinguish between the GL codification, we just given 10,000 per country and 1,000 per primary chart of accounts and 100 per group chart of accounts number. Return the same. Then account groups for group chart of accounts. Accounts groups for accounts group for group chart of accounts. Copy the book. Return save and go back and return again new entries. Okay. Save. So any confusion over this configuration? Okay, just we completed accounts. We have defined accounts groups for 3 chart of accounts. Okay. So here, when you go to the interview, so people will ask you 2 cross questions. Okay. One is how the fields will be controlled by the accounts groups in the GL master data. Another one, how many accounts groups we need to maintain. Do we need to maintain accounts groups for each chart of accounts? Okay, so we have understand that. Now you are clear. Accounts groups needs to be defined for all chart of accounts. If your company code, if your company having country specific chart of accounts, group chart of accounts and primary chart of accounts, you need to define accounts groups for all chart of accounts. And also the second question is field state. How accounts group it controls the fields. Okay, it controls fields in company code segment level in GL master data. Okay, that during the creation of the GL master data, so we will understand. Okay, all right. So this configuration is over. Next, retain earnings account. So retain earnings account. Retain earnings. Also, P&L statement account type. P&L statement account type. To carry forward it is used. So it is used carry forward the balance, carry forward balances, P&L statement, balance sheet. Okay. So can anyone answer what is the retain earnings account out of SAP for background of the accounts? When do we see that retain earnings account where it is going to be transferred?
So, can I answer?
Yes, please.
So, at the end of the profit and loss account statement, there will be a account called net profit, right? That we will be transferring it to the capital. If it is a net profit, we will be adding it to the capital in balance sheet at the liability side. If it is a loss, we will be deducting it from the capital.
Absolutely correct. Okay. So here, what he was trying to say that yesterday we have prepared some P&L statement or income statement. Okay. Let's say income statement. So here we have sales, or I would say that revenues. Okay, let's say 10,000. Okay. Cost of goods sold, COGS. Okay, we have 4,000. Okay, so how do we calculate what we get? So gross profit. Okay, gross profit will get if you subtract from the sales minus costs, we'll get the gross profit. Okay. Similarly, here we'll deduct the operating expenditure. Operating expenditure. Let's say we have operating expenditure 2,000. Okay. What we will get? Operating income. Operating. Okay. So what is operating income? Gross profit minus operating expenditure. Okay. So now, let's say we have interest expenditure. Interest expenditure, let's say 500. Okay, interest income. Interest income is, let's say, 300. Okay, what is the net interest income here? Net interest income or expenditure? Income or expenditure? What is that? This is minus this one. Okay. Now, EBT, earnings before tax. What is that? Operating income minus, since this is the expenditure, net of interest expenditure, interest income, we'll get earnings before tax. Then tax. Okay. Corporate tax, what I would say that 30%, let's say we are applying. Okay, 30% tax. Okay, so this is multiply 30 divided by 100. Okay, so now net income. How do you get the net income? So this EPT minus tax equal to net income. Now, so dividends available to stakeholders. What I would say that preferred dividend. Okay, so let's say company has declared 40% dividend of the net income, okay, to the preference shareholders. 40% divided by 100. Okay, this preferred dividend is 40%. I'm just giving randomly. Indeed, it's not going to be 40%. So this is called as a net income available to equity shareholders. Equity shareholders. Okay, so this minus this. This can also be called as a retained earnings account if shareholders agreed not to distribute this income. Okay, retained earnings account for future earnings, for future business expansions. Retained earnings. Okay, normally this profits to be distributed among common equity shareholders, but all shareholders agreed to carry forward this to the balance sheet. Okay, so even upon, let's say, 50% they have distributed among the equity shareholders, 50% it has carried forward to the next year for business expansions. That can be called as a retained earnings account. Retained earnings, retaining the earnings for future business operations. That we are going to show in the balance sheet under the capital. Okay, so this retained earnings account we need to define in SAP to carry forward the balance from the P&L to the balance sheet every year. Okay, that we need to define. Okay, so how many retained earnings accounts we need to define? Okay. How many retained earnings accounts we need to define? No question. Oh, any guess from anyone?
One retained earnings account.
Okay. So retained earnings account is going to be defined at the chart of accounts level. Now, how many retained earnings? Of course, it is one. Okay.
Three retained earnings accounts.
That's correct. Okay. So here, so this retained earnings account we are going to define at chart of accounts level. Okay. Retained earnings account defined at chart of accounts. Okay, we need to define retained earnings account for each set of accounts. Okay. The third one is if we have defined only one retained earnings account or P&L state account type. This normally in SAP terminology we call it as a P&L statement, P&L account type or retained earnings. If we have defined only P&L account type, okay, system by default it assigns to all GL accounts, and it will not be displayed in the GL master data, so that we will understand master data. Okay, so if we would have been defined more than one retained earnings or P&L account type, retained earnings account for each set of accounts, we have to select P&L account type during the GL account creation. Okay. So this we will understand. These two statements are very, very important. Okay. So what I mean to say that, so in the configuration, if it have been defined more than one P&L account, more than one retained earnings account. Okay. So let's say this net income available to this retained earnings account. By creating only one retained earnings account, we can transfer the balance to the balance sheet. Otherwise, if I want to create retained earnings account multiple, let's say my net income, I want to segregate to the few stakeholders. I want to show the heads. Okay, so where we will define, okay, let's say I have the segmental reporting. Okay, so where I have the products, at each product wise, we are going to prepare the financial statements. In that, for each segmental reporting, I want to create the retained. Okay, I want to show the segmental reporting in the balance sheet. In such a case, where we would recommend to have different retained earnings account. That means where we would recommend to have more than one retained earnings account. Okay, if you are having more than one retained earnings account in the GL master data here, let's say, normally if you are having only one retained earnings account, that P&L account type, it will not be displayed here. Okay, so normally where we are, here we need to select the, if you are having more than one retained earnings account, system it will display the P&L statement account type, that we need to select manually. Okay, so that we will understand during the creation of the GL master data. If you are having only one, so it will not be displayed, that would be in gray mode. Okay, that is the system functionality. Okay, what we are trying to understand here, if you have defined more than one retained earnings account, so while you are going to create the GL master data, the retained earnings account you need to select manually. If you are having only one retained earnings account, so then in that case it will not be displayed. So anyway, these 2 points we will discuss during the creation of the GL master data. Okay, so let's say if I take any other company code IB01. Okay, so what I'll do, let's go to the movie 53. Generated. Okay, I define only retained earnings account 1. Okay, so let me show that example, FS00. Okay, so this is IB01. This company code having, this is the chart of accounts ZI10. Okay, so I have defined only one P&L statement account type. Okay, P&L statement account type. So hence it is not displaying. Let's say if I define here, I'll keep X2998. Okay. And we define it. Let's see. X2998. Okay, I am defining. Now observe this. Okay, before here we do not have any field available here. Under the account group, what you see here, P&L statement account, balance sheet account. Now I am adding one more retained earnings account here. Okay, just for business reporting. Now I'll go back and I'll execute this transaction code. Okay, I'll try to create one GL account. What GL account I'll create? I'll create, okay, some miscellaneous expenditure or some R&D inspection expenditure. Okay, what I'll do, FS00. Now observe, I'm going to create one GL account, 4008. You see here now. So X P&L statement account type. Okay, you need to select manually either X or X2. Okay, so that means what we need to understand, if you are having more than one retained earnings account, system it will display this P&L statement account type field in the chart of account segment level. Okay, if you are having only one, so this field will not be displayed, it will be there in the gray mode. So by default it assigns to all the GL accounts. Okay, that is the functionality of what these 2 statements I have given. Okay, if you are having one retained earnings account, this field will not be displayed. Okay, so if you are having more than one retained earnings account, this will be displayed and you need to select manually. Alright, so that is about retained earnings account. Just simple concept to carry forward the balance. Every year we will execute the Fagel GVTR. So this is the transaction code we will use, and also I'll add it here. So at the year end, as part of closing activities, we execute Fagel GVTR, FAGL GVTR to carry forward balances from previous year to current year. Okay. So it's too early to discuss all about this. Okay. So slowly we will understand. Okay, just one transaction code you can remember. Fagel GVTR. Okay. So this is the retained earnings account. Any questions? 3 points we discussed. Retained earnings account defined at chart of accounts. We need to define retained earnings account for each chart of accounts. And also the key field we have discussed, it depends on the retained earnings accounts. It would display the P&L account statement type during the GL master data creation. Okay, so those are the 3 points we have discussed at retained earnings account. Any questions from anyone?
No.
Okay. So let's do the configuration. Define retained earnings account. Note down the path. Same path earlier we have noted down for accounts groups. SPRO, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, define retained earnings account. Okay. SPRO, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, define retained earnings account. Okay. So for the Excel, this screenshot for the path. Execute. So what is our chart of accounts? A100. Okay, this is for primary chart of accounts. Define retained earnings account for primary chart of accounts. So don't create more than retained earnings account. Just to understand the functionality I explained. For our training purpose, just to create one retained earnings account. But the functionality you need to understand, it depends on the if your chart of accounts is having more than one retained earnings account, so that we need to select during the creation of the GL master data. Okay, if you are having only one, that field will be in gray mode. Okay.
Mallikarjun, I have a doubt here.
Yes, please.
So, how does it make a difference if you have one or three? It's like, let's say we are creating one chart of accounts, retaining account now.
Okay.
So, does that mean like for all of 3 chart of accounts, let's say group level and primary and country level? So, all these retain incomes will be quoted to one GL?
No. See, for each chart of accounts, we are defining a retained earnings account. So what I was trying to say that under the primary chart of accounts, if you define only one, so that is by default assigned to all the GL accounts with respect to primary chart of accounts. That means now here we are going to create 3 retained earnings accounts for each chart of accounts. We are not going to use single retained earnings account for 3 chart of accounts.
Okay, got it. That's what, like when you say like if we create.
So what I was trying to say that for each chart of accounts level.
Yeah, got it.
Right. That's what configuration we are doing here. Okay, we can continue. Now you can give the P&L statement account type. So like XYZ anything. Okay, it's a 2-digit alphanumeric code. I will say that X1. Okay, so I'll give for the primary chart of accounts retained earnings account is, because it is a liability, 2,999. Okay. So just while you are going to create retained earnings this configuration, system it will warn the message since you still you have not defined GL account. That is just warning message. You can bypass it. This is the message you will get. Account 2,999 not created in chart of accounts. Just this is the warning message. Okay, because we have not yet created this GL account. Okay, but however, this is the mandatory configuration in order to create the GL master data. Okay, so prerequisite. Just bypass this. This is not a say. While you are doing the configuration, so if you get any yellow message like this, okay, that is just warning information message. If you get the error message in red, so that is the error message. Until you resolve that, you will not be able to save the any configuration. Okay, remember, if you get yellow message, that is just warning message, hit on enter or continue with your configuration. If you get the red, okay, so then that is the error message that you have to resolve to proceed further configuration. So now we are getting this yellow message. What system it is saying? So GL account is not created. 2,999 is not created under the chart of accounts. Just warning message. Bypass it. Okay. Hit and enter. Okay. Save it. Okay. This is at primary chart of accounts level. Now we are going to define retained earnings account for group as well, country specific. Define retained earnings account for country specific chart. Okay, go back. Okay, again execute. Define retained earnings account. Use the chart of accounts now. ZC00.
Group 1.
Country. We are defining the country. Right? Execute. So now we need to give the ZC00. That is what our country specific chart of account, right?
Yeah. We also need to do for group chart accounts, right?
Sorry?
We also need to define for group chart.
Yes, that we will define. Okay, execute. Here also you can give X. I will say that this time X2. Now, what is the country? I will say that 20,999. Okay, this is what, right? Under the liabilities part, we have coded 20,000 rupees. Okay, so just give the GL account 20, not 20,999. I'll give 29,999. Okay, so that is the end series I am giving. Doesn't mean that always this should be given. No, you can give any GL account in between of the liability range. Okay, as per your account groups. And save. Okay, go back. Similarly, define retained earnings account for group chart of accounts. Okay. Fine. Retained. Sorry guys. Don't you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Define retained earnings account or group chart of accounts. Now view the group chart of accounts. Execute ZG00. And continue. And view X3. Okay, so what is that? 299. So we are following the 100 series, right? I'll give the 299. Okay. And save. Okay. So with this now, so we can able to create GL master data. Okay. So rest of the configurations we will do after maintaining the GL master data. Okay. GL master data. Now next to topic, a functionality we are going to discuss GL master data. GL master data. Okay. So to be able to create GL account master data below configurations be in place. Okay, so this question you will get in interview. It will ask you. Okay, so what prerequisites? Okay, to be able to create GL account master data below configurations must be in place. I would say that prerequisites. Requisites. One is, what is that? So chart of accounts. Another one is field status variant. Third one is account groups. And I'll say that this I'll give here. This I'll give here. Essentially will go. Okay. So this I'll give here. Retain earnings or P&L statement account type. P&L statement account. What does it mean? Retain earnings account, right? Retain earnings account. Earnings account. Okay. So these are the prerequisites. If you, in the options of any one of these configurations, not possible to create GL master data. Okay. So now we have completed this configuration. Okay. So this is OB13. So this is OBD4. So this is OB53. Just I'm listing out the transaction type. This is OB C4 and C5. So these configurations must be in place to create the GL master data. What is the GL master data? GL master data, it contains the two segments. Okay. GL master data, GL master data, it contains two segments data. Sorry. Yes. GL master data, it contains two segment data. One is chart of account segment data, chart of accounts segment data, and the second one is company code segment data. Company code segment data. Okay. So first we'll discuss chart of account segment data. Very, very important. Okay. Chart of account segment data. The data is maintained at chart of accounts segment data. Chart of account segment data is applicable for all company codes. Company codes wherein we have assigned same chart of accounts across the company codes. Okay. So it is a generic data. Okay. Generic data means, what is the generic data here? FS00. So this is the account groups. Okay. So chart of account segment data at chart of accounts segment data, we will specify the below generic information for the GL account. That is that account group. Okay. So for which it belongs to. Okay. So that is balance sheet account type. Balance sheet account type or P&L account type. P&L account type. Okay. So fourth, I would say that GL short description, GL name, short and long description. Okay, so what else we have? Trading partner, trading partner, as well group account number, group account number. Okay, so this is applicable for all company codes where you have assigned same chart of accounts across all the company codes. Okay, whereas company code segment data, so wherein you maintain here under the control data, okay, the data which is maintained under the control data tab, whatever the fields you have selected over here, it is specific to the company code. Maybe some fields we might have been enabled for this company code, we might not have been enabled for other company code. So that means the data which is maintained at company code segment is applicable only for that company code. Okay, so that is the company code segment data. Okay, so in detail we'll discuss in the next class because it will take one and a half hour complete. Okay, so to discuss about GL master data and the important fields. Okay, very important. So here what we need to understand here, the prerequisites. Okay, so if you want to create the GL master data, so these 4 configurations you must have to complete or finish. Okay. So these are the prerequisites. Without any configuration is missing, not possible to create GL master data. In general ledger accounting, okay, the content we have portrayed, listed in our syllabus. General ledger accounting, it is I would say that 60% weightage for the financial accounting. I'll say that 30% from the asset accounting and the remaining are different modules, sub-modules. Okay. So if you are good in GL, general ledger accounting, how we are creating the general ledger, how we are posting, so almost you are there in other sub-modules. Okay. So this GL master data, important fields and how we can, tomorrow, what we will do? So we complete this GL master data discussion and we start to create the GL master data. Okay. So how we can create the GLs, okay, that we will discuss in the next class. Okay. So any questions before we are going to close the session?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Bob.
FS00, in FS00, what are the tabs that cover this chart of account segment data?
This is only we have seen just now. This is the chart of account segment data.
Okay. No. And there is 5 or 6 tabs, right? Type, description, control data.
Yeah, all these are the tabs.
Okay. All these will be covering the chart of account segment data. Correct, right?
You are wrong. Chart of account segment data, it means type and description, keywords, translation, another one. You see here, type and description, information. So this control data, create and bank interest, this comes under the company code segment data. And type and description, and of course this information and keyword translation is also comes under the company code segment data. If you want to see what data it will display, we have the dedicated transaction course that we will cover next class, FSP0.
Okay, got it.
FSP0. So this you see chart of account segment. What are the tabs now you see? Type and description, keyword translation, information. This is the common for company code segment data. FS0. So all this we will discuss in subsequent classes. Okay, no hurry. Okay, you see here control data. Control data is the data which is you are going to maintain control data and create bank and interest is specific to the company code. Okay. Still we have not reached that mark. We will discuss in the next class.
Yeah.
Okay. So read it twice and thrice whatever the notes I have provided. It's very easy to understand. Okay, in simple way I am giving. That is more than enough to attend, and if you are able to understand for interview sake. Okay. So read twice and thrice and do the configurations and be aligned to the class. Okay, let's say we completed till here. You have to be complete should complete by the next class till here. Otherwise, very difficult, because if once the real master data is completed, then we will speed up the session. Almost everyone is aligned to now to the SAP, configurations, what we are doing here. Okay. So we'll speed up little bit going forward classes. Okay, so complete, it won't take not more than 10 minutes. Whatever we discussed in 1 hour, for you guys, if you sit in our system, so just you can complete in 10 minutes, right? So strongly suggest you do the practice on the same day and try to read twice and thrice in your times. Okay, very easy, and in easy way I'm giving the notes. In generic way. Okay, if you in interviews also, people will expect this kind of explanation only. They won't expect like technical words or something which other people will not understand. Always it is easier way we have to express, or we have to explain our subject. Okay, so any other questions from anyone?
Mallikarjun, can you share this Excel?
I'm sharing every day, right?
Yeah, okay. Yesterday I have added in the group.
Yes, that's correct. But you can find all information since beginning till today. Okay, in the same Excel. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we'll catch up in the next session.